What's up, Mama Boss? Welcome back to the Mompreneur Mastermind Show. I'm Stephanie Gass, success strategist and passive income queen creator. If you're ready to step into your God-led potential, create profit from your passions, and capture the success that is already yours, this podcast was made for you. As always, you can find out more and connect with me over at stephaniegass.com. So grab that cup of coffee or fill up that glass of wine and let's dig into today's show. Hey guys, what's up? I'm so happy to be here with you today as we break down the idea of perspective. I mean, this is going to get so deep. You're here with me on episode 41 of the show, Why It's Time to Spice Up Your Perspective and How to Love literally everything about your life. And yeah, I mean everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, the dark seasons, the bright seasons, because we really have two options on this gift that we've been given, which is our life. And that is to see things through a love filter. That's right. A love filter. We're going there. Or a fear filter. There's really only two options for us. So we're going to get into a couple of really deep things today. I'm excited. And before we get into all of that, I just want to let y'all know this episode is sponsored by formerly my very best-selling group coaching program, which is Passionately Profitable. But now, for the very first time ever, you can take this course as a self-study option. That's right. You can take the course at your own pace, get lifetime access, and learn how to create a brand for yourself and your business that's not just about the products, but it's really about you and setting you up for success when it comes to multiple passive income streams. In this self-study course, I teach you how to create your brand, the aesthetics surrounding your brand, coming up with your taglines, all of those things that come with branding. Then I go through the mind shift stuff that we have to work through so that you can become profitable and passionate about your new business. And finally, this course teaches you how to start coming up with a monetization plan for your new brand. What you should market, what should your freebies be? Should you do an ebook or a mini course? And it's so amazing. So if you want more information and you want to get your hands on Passionately Profitable as a self-study option at a very special price for a limited time, head over to passionatelyprofitable.gr8.com and check it out. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I really want you to think about your answer. The first question is, how do you perceive the world? Are you excited when you wake up and do you look outside and say, oh my gosh, thank you for this glorious sunrise today and this bed, it's so warm and comfortable and I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful for the appointments I have today or for the job that I have waiting for me. And I'm so thankful that my kids are awake in the living room and making noise and just having fun. Or do you wake up and say, I don't want to wake up yet. I don't want to go to work. I'm not excited about making breakfast for my kids again, that they're just going to not eat again, and stepping on the Legos all the way to the bathroom. Okay, so how are you perceiving your surroundings and your situation? Are you looking at your life through a love filter, or are you looking at your life through a fear filter? Because when you look at the world through this fear filter, and I think so many of us are doing this without even being conscious of it. It's so common for the world today to look at everything and feel hate and to criticize your situation, your friends, your jobs, your lack of money, lack of success. And then yourself. Gosh, how many of us are critical and negative about ourselves? I'm not good enough. I don't want to. If only I could do that. Yeah. And having this just anti-gratitude attitude and perspective on our lives. And I think Actually, I know that it's time to open our eyes to the beauty and the gifts. I mean, you guys, the endless gifts that God has blessed us with and this life that we have. And I mean, see everything, every single ounce of your life through a love filter. Yeah, that's right. So here are my 7 secrets to having a God-led and love-fueled perspective on life. Okay. Number 1 is to start a gratitude journal, because so often we can wake up and we can just feel the weight of the world and the to-do list and the overwhelm and the anxiety about all the stuff. I almost said CRAP. Woo! I was just about to take it to PG level, ladies. Anyways, to take our day and freak out. And when we have this perspective of anxiety and all of that stuff pent up, we're not going to be grateful. We're going to project onto our children, our spouses, our coworkers, our downlines, whatever it is that you do. You're then projecting this really weird energy that is definitely not beneficial to you or your life or your health, mental health, physical health, any of it. So I think having a really amazing perspective begins with being grateful for what we already have. So I encourage you, I challenge you to, for the next 21 days, because it takes at least 21 days to create a new habit in your life, go out, buy a pretty journal, invest in a journal that you want to keep. I use a 5-year journal. You guys can get it over at stephanigass.com/resources if you want to use the one that I love. And it's an investment. It's like $50. But for the next 5 years, I will be able to see my patterns, because each day has 5 years worth for that day of the week. So for example, today I woke up, I made my celery juice because celery juice is epic. I made my iced coffee. I sat on the couch with my 5-year journal and I write down all of the things I'm grateful for and my intention for the day. And when you start your day with an attitude of gratitude, it's just going to be more amazing. And every single thing is something that you can be truly grateful for, right? And I challenge you to think about the things that you would not normally think about. So I sometimes am even grateful for the struggles I'm going through, or the thing that I don't know how I'm going to afford that thing yet, right? Like, I'm grateful for this challenge because I know that there's a lesson tied to this challenge. I'm so grateful for the clothes that are all over the floor right now, truly, because we have clothes to wear, because I have people that love me that are leaving those clothes on the floor, right? Like, be grateful for everything, not just the things that feel really good or make you feel amazing, but challenge yourself to find the blessing within everything surrounding you. And don't forget to be grateful for yourself. And so I like to find 5 things each morning that I'm grateful for in all 5 key components of my life. So I'm going to go for something I'm grateful that has to do with my family, my spirituality, my health, my time freedom, and then financially. So challenge yourself to kind of start so that all areas are getting equal gratitude. And then do this practice. And whether you do it in the morning or you do it at night, doesn't really matter to me, but it's making the intentional decision to do it every single day and write it down on paper. There is something magical about having a place and a space for your thoughts and your gratitudes and your blessings. I also, P.S., like to write in my 5-year journal any blessings that I've been given. Recently, I surrounded my children in a blessing that they would go into church and go into the gym daycare with comfort and compassion and love, and that they would know that mama was coming back and that they could just have a wonderful, incredible time, and that they would be showered with kindness and love and confirmation, because we were having some struggles with going to do the things, like, no, mama. And it's incredible because I prayed this over my kids on the way to church this last weekend. they just walked away from me. We're like, bye. Have a great time. Like there was zero anxiety. They weren't upset. And so I recognized, not coincidentally, that, oh, this blessing just came true. Well, that must be a coincidence. Absolutely not. I surrounded my children in a specific prayer. And not 15 minutes later, God placed his hand upon my children and gave them comfort as they walked into that church daycare. I call that a blessing. I know that that was not by chance. I don't believe in chances like that. I believe that every single thing that we pray on and ask for and are grateful for is a direct link to our spiritual connection. So I write down the blessings, and I wrote that one down. There is no blessing that is too small for me not to recognize. And I want to remember that. Next year, when I come back to my gratitude journal, 2020, I'm going to look at the entry from 2019 and I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I remember that. That blessing was amazing. Oh my gosh, I remember that I was so grateful that day for my lunch with my friend, being able to spend time with someone that makes me laugh and that lifts my spirits. And I was so grateful for this day. So it really starts there. I challenge you right now, jot down in your notes that you are committing to 21 days of gratitude and blessings journaling, because those blessings are worth remembering. Number 2, you gotta reframe your perspective. Okay. Now, what does this one mean? You guys hear me talk about reframing a lot back in episode 2, episode 3, when I'm working on mindset, when we're talking about finding your happy and all of those things. It also is important for your perspective because you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. One thing that I crazy struggle with is laundry. Well, I did. I would get so annoyed and so just overwhelmed, and I would find my perspective in this negative space. No one helps me with laundry. Why am I the only one dealing with this? I can never keep up with this laundry. There's constantly laundry and it's just at the bottom of my priorities and I don't want to do this, And so I had this really dark perspective on laundry and really housekeeping in general, just because it's not something that fuels me and that lights me up. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to clean a toilet. Woo. So I challenged myself to, every time I walk by the laundry room, to reframe my perspective. So instead of, I hate laundry, every time I would walk by the laundry room, I would say, I love laundry and I am so grateful that I have a family to do laundry for. I am so thankful for all of these clothes. And then I also challenged myself to find a new perspective on handling laundry and said, I am so excited to focus on my home and my laundry for 30 minutes a day every day, because then I will feel like I have control over this area of my life that right now isn't bringing me joy. And so every day for the next 21 days, I spent 30 minutes a day on laundry. And believe it or not, I don't love laundry. Let's get that straight. But I don't hate it anymore. I look at it and I say, I'm so excited that I've gotten a handle on this. I'm so thankful that I have a family that has clothes. I'm so grateful to have a washer and dryer in my home. I'm so grateful I have hands to do this laundry with. I'm so grateful I have health and I'm able to focus 30 minutes a day. I'm so grateful that I have the time freedom to spend 30 minutes a day on doing this laundry, right? It's that intentional about finding the joy in every area of your life. So what do you hear yourself saying? What are the things that you have a dark or negative or hateful or critical perspective of? And I want you to reframe it. Instead of, oh, our house is too small, we don't have room for anything. How about, I am so grateful we have this home and it's so cozy and it's so full of love, and find the beauty in the small home that you have. And what about I'm too fat to wear this outfit, or, I hate that I have cellulite and I feel yucky in these shorts. How about this? I'm so excited that I have legs. I mean, you guys, like seriously, like that might sound extreme, but when you start saying these words and putting the love filter on everything, you're going to attract more love because you are the mirror to what comes back into your life, your soul, your heart, your family, your friendships, your relationship, everything. And the things around you will start to shift and change when you're pushing out love into the world through your love perspective. You're going to start receiving love. And it's interesting because all of a sudden people will start to do more for you. And you're like, wow, like I'm actually receiving the help that I've been complaining about for 2 years simply by saying, I love this and I love that, and just loving things, and yourself included, right? I tell myself I love you in the mirror. Yes, I actually do. Because I think if I love my kids enough to tell them I love them, and my husband enough to say, I love you and you're doing great and you're incredible and I'm proud of you, why am I not saying that to myself? Yeah, like you are your own greatest gift. God placed your soul into this body, and you can choose to love yourself or not. And so reframe those negative perspectives. How about this one? I hate my 9-to-5 job. Like, I don't want to go to work. Mary Sue is always so grumpy. Like, ugh. How about I am so excited that I have a job, and I am so grateful that this job gives me the opportunity to grow into my greatest potential, and that I have the chance to brighten Mary Sue's day. Like, I'm going to love on Mary Sue so hard. I'm going to turn her frown upside down. My favorite thing, you guys, is choosing someone as my target who's unhappy, grumpy, like maybe even a little hot and cold, and pouring into that person. Like, I'm like targeting those people because I'm going to smile at them. I'm going to compliment them. I'm going to lift them up. I'm going to shower them with my love filter so dang hard until I break their hate filter down. Because that is a call that each of us have. We are put here to pour into others, and what better way to share our love perspective with others so that it can be contagious. Yeah, like I challenge you to think about all of the blessings that are hidden everywhere and then just focus on it. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to just be intentional about choosing love. Just be intentional. Wake up and say, today I choose love. I'm going to choose it because you do have the choice. Okay, let me give you an example. I think it was this morning. I wake up and I hadn't had my coffee. Y'all know I'm kind of a coffee snob. I use a Chemex. I pre-make my coffee on Sunday. I put it in the refrigerator and I drink iced coffee anyway, and I do cold brew. And so this works for me. Well, I didn't have my coffee ready because apparently I didn't make it on Sunday. I made it on like Friday. So I was out of coffee. And I'm like, okay. And I did do all of my intentional work this morning, but I just was crabby because my coffee wasn't ready. I'm like, it's not ready. I don't have time to make it. And then my kids are like, mama, like, what? And I just shut my eyes for a second. I really did. I had to take about 10 seconds because it's in our nature to be reactive and to go like, what? Like leave me alone, and to snap and to just have this frustrated perspective on our current situation. But instead, I shut my eyes and I took a deep breath. And I told myself my favorite mantra in the world, which is, you have unlimited time to do all the things that bring you joy today and every day and in this moment. And immediately I felt all of that tension and that frustrated perspective leave my body. I took the extra 2 minutes to make the coffee, while addressing my kids in a calm, kind, and patient way, because I feel like my children deserve just as much respect as any other human on this planet. And guess what? We got to my son's school 5 minutes early with iced coffee in hand, honey. Let me tell you what. That's right. There's unlimited time. We are stressing ourselves out for no reason. So the point there is to choose in the moment. You'll feel yourself. You can feel the anger. You can feel whatever the emotion is bubbling up that's going to make you project in this way. Just stop yourself. You have control of your perspective. And just say, I literally choose love right now. How can I see this moment through a love filter instead of this fear filter? Okay. Number 4, recognize your situation as a lesson and a journey. And here's where you can go back to the lack of that we all tend to fall back on, or the I'm not good enough, I don't know how, I can't afford it, I hate my job, all those limiting beliefs that are so prevalent in all of our lives. Instead of seeing it as a limitation, recognize that it's a lesson, okay? Or a piece of your puzzle, or a page to your book, the story of your life. So I will try and do my best to recognize, let's say that I have a client and this client is like extra. I'm not talking about any clients I have right now, y'all, but I'm just saying, let's just use this as an example. I've got a client, she is extra. Like, she is constantly canceling on me, not doing the homework that I assign her. Maybe I don't vibe with her. Like, our personalities are clashing for whatever reason. And I just am dreading meeting with this client. Or if you guys are like a wellness coach, maybe you have somebody that you train and you just don't love when you have to train this person. And we will all get to the point when we can say, I only take on clients that are exactly what I want. But in the beginning, that's typically not the story. So let's say that I have this, instead of being like, ugh, like I'm going to go into this meeting with a negative perspective, I don't want to perspective, grumpy and all those things. I take a minute, and you guys, just breathing will center you. Breathe. Just breathe you have time to breathe. You have 5 seconds, okay? Breathe. Make the intentional choice to choose love, okay? Even visualize, like putting on a love filter. Like, as corny as that may sound, I'm a visual person. So if I can just for a second, I'm like actually seeing like, okay, I'm going to put on this little pink, pretty little love filter. How can I see this as a lesson? And I will pray on it. Thank you so much, God, for giving me this client, and work through me to give her everything she needs, and then help me gain from this experience all of the lessons and the experiences that I need to gather from this meeting to grow. Thank you so much for this experience. And I also pray for patience and kindness. I pray every day, like 75 times a day, for patience and kindness. Because I have 2 boys, let's get real, and a business and a husband and a busy schedule. And you guys, like, it gets hard. We are overwhelmed. There's a lot of hate in the world, but we don't have to internalize that. We have control of what we allow to come into our bubble. You have control of it. Don't let it happen. Just put up the wall and only allow good people, good information, personal development. You create the energy force that's surrounding you. Number 5, show up in love and light. So just be the dang best you can be. You know, like, if you don't love your job today, you know how you're going to grow out of that job? Do you know how you're going to grow to the next level? You know how you're going to take the next step in your greatest calling? By showing up and being the flippin' best. Like, I don't care if you are a shoe shiner today. Look at that as a grateful experience and as the next stepping stone to your greatest calling, as a learning experience, and just look at it through love. I'm so thankful I get to go and make someone else's day better today, and I'm going to shine those shoes shiner than anyone else on the planet. I'm going to do the best job. I'm going to be happy and excited. I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to show up today with the best positive attitude, and I'm going to make friends, and I'm going to shine. Show up in love and light for everything you do. Even if you don't want to do it, baby girl, it's okay. Show up. Choose light. Number 6, set the example. This one is so good because how many of us have little people that are looking up to us every day? And maybe you have a spouse or a significant other or a boyfriend or a friend or a parent, and they're just negative. They're catastrophizing. They're seeing all the things happening on the news, and they are negative, and they are depressed, and they are angry. And maybe they're projecting all of those things onto you. I want you to know that it has nothing to do with you. Their perspective is their perspective, which is shaped by their own limiting beliefs. And the only way that they're going to change that is by going through their own journey, right? But you can choose to set the example. And I believe that if you show up with a happy, positive, love, God-led, love-fueled perspective every day, and you do your best, and you will not be perfect, but you can do your best, you will become a mirror. And I believe that you will start to project your positive perspectives onto everyone around you, and you will start to affect them in a major way. If we can damage our children, right, through what? Everything. Verbal abuse, limiting beliefs, all the money stuff we have going on. If we can damage our children and they need therapy in the future and they have all these issues without even knowing it, what if we can intentionally make our children better by setting the example, by choosing love and patience and kindness and light and telling them all of the positive things about the world around them? What if we never let our kids hear us say, I hate, I don't have, I can't, I'm not? What if we never let them hear those things come out of our mouth? What type of future person would you be creating and molding and shaping? I just want you to think about that for a minute. Your spouse, what if they saw you continuously growing forward, choosing love every time, being the bigger person, just acknowledging when we are wrong and that there's room to grow in every situation? I think that you would make an impact on them. I do. I truly believe it. So set the example. This is so important. Last but not least, number 7, be patient and love yourself, because this takes practice. I didn't wake up one day and say, woohoo, like I am positive Patty. I got me some love today. Where are my love glasses? Yeah. No, definitely not. Guys, I still struggle. I told you I struggled this morning, but I believe through patience, kindness, and his incredibly glorious grace, I can become the most amazing love-filtered human being like there ever was. And I'm striving for it because I think that I deserve to be fueled by love every day. Like if I have the choice to be fueled by love or fueled by hate, I choose love. I choose it every time. If I'm able to be fueled by joy and kindness, that's what I'm going to pick. What a happy, fulfilled human being I will be. And so will you. You are so powerful. You are so much more powerful than you are giving yourself credit for. You have the power to change everything about your life. And it starts with gratitude, and it moves to a love-fueled perspective, and then it moves to setting the example for everyone around you and creating almost this bubble or this aura of positive energy that's contagious. Like, holy smokes, is that powerful? If negative Nancy can impact people with her negativity and make people sad and make them feel bad and make the workplace kind of, you, positive Patty, you can also do that. And I think that positivity wins every time. And I believe that those of us living in love are circled by God's grace. And I believe that He will exemplify and amplify our efforts and really use us and channel us as world changers in a big way. So those are the things I have to say about living a love-fueled life. And I hope that today is the day that you choose to change your perspective. It really does start with gratitude. And I pray that you find the intentionality to create a new practice in your life and then to work on yourself every day and know that you have the power to be positive and to see the beauty and the light in every single experience, in every second of your day, and that you are the creator of the joy and the happiness that you have. It starts with you and it ends with you. You are so powerful. I pray that God gives you the power that you need to make this shift in your life, that He brings you the right friendships, mentorships, personal development, resources that you need to get there mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because you deserve to have it all. You do. I am praying over each of you now and reminding you that you have unlimited time to do and create all the things in your life that you wish for. As always, love and light, Stef. Hey mama, real quick before you go, if you found value in today's podcast and you learned something new, if you'll head over to iTunes, the Mompreneur Mastermind Show, and leave a review and subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. And I'd love to connect with you over on social media. My handle is @Stephanie Gass. I'll see you soon. Praying light, love, and abundance. Until next time.